artist SEAK Claus Winkler. And I have no idea in which direction I will talk this video and where we are going with this video and what I'm saying. But unfortunately, it made it online, so it wasn't that evil or that bad or that so much free speech or whatever. Yeah, this is one of my painting rooms where the action is happening, but sometimes I'm just using this room just to put canvases in, and then I'm painting somewhere else in another room. So this room I didn't paint it for, I don't know, 2-3 years, but then I painted in another room, but I used it as a storage. So yeah, I'm just documenting or giving you a hint how I'm working. I'm using in my house all kinds of rooms or spaces for painting. Just to keep it interesting, because I'm used to traveling and painting all around the world. I painted in the 90s in my style in lots of countries, and so far it's 28 countries. So when you're for longer in your studio, it's, yeah, how I would say this, it's a bit of a challenge to stay entertained and not get a cabin fever, you know. This is like one work desk, just to give you a glimpse how work can look like. Yeah, I'm also painting my paintings from the backside, as you know, and it's my typical style. I developed in the 90s as well as probably earlier in the 80s and 70s, because I still have my early childhood drawings from the 70s. I have my childhood drawings from the 80s, and I see the parallels or the similarities, or you want to call it. And these are all letters, abstract letters. Yeah, they say the word SEAK, S-E-A-K, or each particular letter. But I would also paint in other letters, or would paint other letters. This is the backside of a canvas from 2000, and since then it's work in progress. Yeah, these paint buckets I got also in 2000, 2001, 2003 maybe, around that time, from Hamburg. Here are spray cans. Yeah, so let's go into the other room. Yeah, storaging large canvases, moving them around. It's like part of my process is since 20 years or something, or maybe 26 years, moving canvases around, like painting them in this room, then not decorating, but then putting them in another room for different reasons, for space reasons, for reasons of the drying process, for documenting, for also wanting to see them hanging on the wall, la-di-da-di-da. And because I have, space is always a challenge, because I have small cut rooms. And my paintings, this is one of many reasons why my paintings are so not compromised, but concentrated, yes. And dense with informations, because then I can use all the space and I can communicate value. This is not just the only reason, of course. You know, you have to. I don't know if you are already that deep in your self-discovery journey that you know that there's always multiple reasons for doing one thing, which are all valid and which have nothing in common with each other. This is something I learned via AI. And they all are reasonable. So yeah, and I have different reasons why my paintings are looking like how they are looking. And of course, I want to be liberated into painting more on walls again and all around the world, as well as my paintings want to become part in your life, in your world, as well as those motives or those figures or characters or letters or forms in my SEAK styles. They also want to become liberated and grow and become painted on larger paintings. on larger walls, in larger houses, inside and outside as well, you know. In a way, all these paintings here are just sketches, which are growing since the early 90s, waiting to be painted in a larger site by me. Yeah, and I also not want to say wishes, but if someone says, "Hey, I like this or that flavor of painting of yours. Can you do that in that color, or can you say in your style this emotion, or can you create this effect or this state or this vibe, or can you take this time as a reference or this color as a reference for something?" I mean, these are like beautiful ways of also getting into a zone, yeah. So I'm a little bit enthusiastic because I had coffee. Plus, I'm hearing Guns N' Roses on the headphones while I'm filming here. So this unprimed canvases. But I would prefer painting on thicker canvas. What I also will have use for this canvas rolls. It's always a pleasure seeing paintings growing, since I'm painting them, most of my paintings, all of my paintings, since 16 to 26 years in progress and in rotation. That means when I'm getting or starting a new stack or a new pack of paintings or continue them, I'm then surprised what I did the last time with them. And that's like a pleasure I can build up on and then see how I can develop it in another direction. Because it's like avoiding boredom or fighting boredom is like in the process of painting a key essential thing, you know. Because when you are bored, out of boredom from your own work, that would create disgust. Because when there's too much repetition. So I'm painting since 35 years in my same style, and this challenges me to always come up with something new, so I'm entertained. And I had already in the 2008 or 2010 years, people were making jokes, or like when I did something new, and they were like super happy because those were like other artists following me since the 90s, and they were like stoked that I finally do something new. And well, I can laugh about myself. So that's yeah. The glad thing is I have fans or people who like my work all around the world, because I influenced a lot of people who are artists themselves. Or graffiti writers, or how you want to call them, you know, or they call themselves. Yeah. These are just, see this as sketches or suggestions. I love a challenge of painting in my style in a different way. And I always love a conversation. If someone says, okay, and then plus there's my intuition also, you know. I'm often, when I'm painting somewhere, and then I'm talking with people, and I talk with some people more indirect or more like personal or not intimate in terms of sexual, but honest. Then I discover things about the surrounding, or they tell me things, and I'm reckoning how deep intuition is and how crazy intuition is, and that is always astonishing. It's almost spooky. In Germany we would say unheimlich. How crazy intuition, or how my intuition is, or how we are all connected to each other. Saying it with a little bit less ego, and how art, if it's growing like unhinged, can take these truths into the light, you know, and makes it evident. And plus that how the subconscious is foreseeing things. For to understand how deep the subconscious goes, we also have to like connect with words and the words between words, because in each word is a connection out of other words which are steering us and are hidden and unconnected in our perception. Major key factor is how you spell my name. Do you say my name SEAK with an E? Because E is like also like disgust or like ooh, E, you know, or learning a new cultural trait or a cultural technique, a new dish. Like you are a child and you don't want to, and you eat the first time spinacy, or you drink your first espresso, or you eat the first time a pudding or something. Um, or you know, so but you can also say SEAK, you know, pronounce my name different and have a totally different, or Zeek or Seek or Sick, or depending on how you pronounce it, it will steer different thoughts. And also how you spell my name or your name, and that's would also change the perception from how my art will work within your psyche. Yeah, how can you support an artist? Well, you can buy his work, you can promote the artist, you can spread the word around. You can there's like think about what you can do for the artist. Um, yeah, that's what people can do. Um, what from my experience, my name doesn't inspire people to do that. This is like the sad reality. So yeah, which is I mean, just, but my work or my name or my work has a strong indirect influence on people, on society, on the universe, on dynamics, and that is yeah very interesting. So I hope I could inspire you here a little bit. Um, yeah, these are all letters, SEAK, Seek, painted all around the world. Developed that style from the 90s onward. I'm inspired by the computer games and the history and the toys I played with in the 1980s, in my subconscious. Yeah, and I understood 5D chess and the pendulum and everything also when I was a child. You will understand this when you see my attempt in 1983 how I painted, and when it was published, and then when the adults told me that first the times must go more worse, why what I painted then, which is this here. So yeah, yeah, but this is not a video about that whites should wake up, you know. No, God forbid, or God's forbid. Yeah. So you already reckon here I'm keeping it NPC, blue pill, uh, boomer truth naive, almost goislobish, and how I'm saying like a visit carte de visite because we are on YouTube and you know, we. On the other hand, I can't expect people who work in family offices or super rich people who have a busy life with family and with consuming and lifestyle and everything. I can't expect them, like me, to dig into contemporary dynamics, what's happening right now, as outside the overtone window or curated thinking or censorship thinking, and like with like a weaponized autism-like attempt, and then like studying for like almost like a half a century, what's going on in the world in every second seeing patterns, you know, etc., 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 or looking and watching certain movies about waking up and about Victor's truth and how history really happened, you know. So it's all good if you are repulsed and you are scared by buzzwords, la di da di da. I want to keep it light-footed. Well, I might transform my paintings here, I don't know, on both sides or maybe just on one side, into productive tools which help white people in the future or in the present. Maybe they're already doing that, I don't know. In Germany, there's the term Betriebsblind, means like someone who works in the same company for a long time, he gets blind to everything. So maybe I can't see what I'm already doing. Or maybe that's just a superficial surface level of seeing the world. Because, like I suggested a few minutes before, there are so many sublime effects on how everything is working and how we are all connected to each other, that there are deeper levels I maybe should talk about, which my art helps people recognizing.